It's showtime, baby. Let's go. Woo! Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunipole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the Cincinnati Reds and, of course, the future Super Bowl champion Cincinnati Bengals. What's up to everybody? Do me a favor, if you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button, smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I am live streaming on ZTV Online, YouTube, Facebook, X, Rumble. And if you're listening to it on a podcast, what's up? Or you want to listen to it on a podcast, it's on BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play. Pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. And as always, I'm brought to you by these wonderful local companies. Please make sure you check out Meyer Door Windows for all your window and door needs. I got it in my house. It keeps it nice and warm down here in the ice cave in the wintertime and nice and cool in the summertime. Go check them out there. They're at www.meyercincy.com. They do free estimates. Also, I got to get Brad onto this. He's got to get, I don't know if I have to ask you when he comes on if he's had the Midwest Best Barbecue yet. They are the best barbecue in the city of Cincinnati. So, we got Reds opening day tomorrow. Get you some Midwest Best. If you're not going to the game, get you some Midwest Best. Sit down, watch the Reds win. Another thing, my West Side peeps, if you aren't going to the game, go to my favorite sports bar here in the West Side. We call it Chavois. It's Cheviot. But Hail Mary is a little over 24 hours away. Baseball season is here. If you're not attending the game, come watch the Cincinnati Reds home opener. They got bucket specials and shot specials all day long tomorrow at Hail Mary's. So make sure you check it out. And, of course, always tell everybody, Ice sent you. And as always, I'm coming to you live from this glorious place down here. It's the Ice Cave. The Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And I know Brad knows this. I think Brad knew this before he came to the Bengals, that we hit the jackpot when we drafted Joe Burrow. So if you want the Jackpot Joey gear, please make sure you go to jackpotjoey9.com. Remember, portion of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Foundation. What is up to everybody in the chat? Strangers in there, Rocket Bengals in there, Brad's in there, Paul Painter's in there, Crip is in there, Austin's in there. What is going on? All right, guys, this dude is so cool. I talked to him a little bit. Well, some people say I stalk the players, but I don't really stalk them. I hang out at the bridge, and I talk to them when I walk out to practice. I talked to Brad last year, try to get him on the podcast. He's like, yeah, I'll come on. And then, season went on. And then he's like, well, let's try to do it after, the season's over. I said, okay, that's cool. Then, so I'm at St. Taddy's Day. He's the coolest freaking dude. He's got the greatest mustache ever. I'm a little jealous. But let's get to him. Here's Brad. Brad, what's going on, brother?
What's going on? How you doing?
I already twisted it. I like it.
It's got to twist it up. Yeah.
It's in full effect, man. It's full effect. What's going on? How's your off season going?
Off season's going great. I'd say I took like a week break, really. That's about it, and kind of straight back into it, lifting, punting, kicking, all that kind of stuff. So, but the one week I did have off, I got to play Pebble Beach.
Oh,
so
nice!
It was pretty sweet.
Oh,
yeah. I went out there with Moody.
How'd you pull that off? Because you're like an NFL player, or how'd you pull that off? That's pretty cool.
Just some Michigan connections. Jay Feely, he was a kicker at Michigan, and now he does his stuff for, I think, CBS.
Nice.
He had a connection there, and he could get us on. So that was pretty cool. So I did that. That was like one of the best days of my life, I think.
That's so. What'd you
shoot? Like a 90. Like it wasn't that great, but we played the tips. We had a caddy.
There you go.
But one good story is I'm playing with the Niners kicker Jake Moody, and we had a caddy and all that kind of stuff. we had a couple blind tee shots, and the first blind tee shot, we didn't know if the ball was going to be in the fairway or not. And the caddy's up on top of the hill, and he's giving us, like this,
Right.
And as a kicker and a punter, I look at
That's
him
no
after
good.
he hits the shot. Yeah,
No
after
good.
he hits the shot, we're like, damn, no good. It stinks. And we go up to the caddy, and we're like, yeah, like the ball. He's like, the ball's in the fairway. Like, you're all right. We're like, what? You gave us the no good. He goes, oh no, that's safe. That's safe. Yeah.
You
So,
gotta go like this for kickers. You gotta go like
yeah,
this.
yeah. So the rest of the day, we told him, hey man, like if you could please, if it's like questionable and it's safe, just give us like the uprights.
There you go. Exactly.
So it's pretty good.
Exactly, dude. That sounds awesome, man. I am not a golfer, but we are actually. I'll invite you to this too. We are doing a Jackpot Joey golf outing May 19th here at Ashton Oaks. So I think Joseph Osai's coming. T. Higgins might be coming. He came last year. If
Okay.
I know T.I.'s coming. Trenton's coming. So
yeah.
if you want to come and
I'll go.
Go
Sure.
play some golf and drink some beer and have a good time. Yeah. I mean, like I said, Corey Dillon, the legendary running back, he's coming. So I'll playing around with him. So if you want to come, I will get you a spot. Just we'll get DMs together and
I'll be in. That sounds good.
awesome. So we'll have another Bengal there, and like I said, people take it seriously. We got trophies and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, dude, I haven't played. this is gonna be bad. I haven't actually played golf in probably like 4 years. I went to the driving range. Like Top Golf is awesome. I love going to Top Golf. That's like the most golf I've played in a while. So I'm going to be completely awful. Now Corey Dillon, my buddy, he plays once a week. So I told him, I said, if we're gonna be on the same team, you ain't winning nothing because I suck. He's like, I'll be all right. We're just gonna drink some beer and have some fun. So I was like, all right, if you're down with that, that's cool. So
That's good.
Brad, if you're down for drinking some beer and have some fun at a golf outing, and like 100% of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Foundation. So that's what we're doing this for the Jackpot Joey. So everything, all the money raised goes there. So yeah, I will get with you. And we'll get you in there. Donald says, put me on your team. He's in Minnesota. This is my son's father-in-law. He's like, put me in. Are you coming in town? Pork Chops here got the Houday, Mustang Mustachio. Dude. Yeah, we had a good time hanging out with you at the St. Patty's Day yesterday, or not yesterday, 2 weeks ago.
It was a good time.
You were doing something with the football I've never seen. You're sitting there, and we were just out because they were practicing field goals and taking long distance basketball shots. But you were kicking the ball, and I don't know how the hell you did. You kept kicking it, just kept spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning.
Yeah.
I'm like going, dude, I would have knocked it over. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, I'd say like having a background in soccer. Like I used to pass the ball. There's some trickery you can do with it.
So you make it bend.
If these are your feet, right?
Right.
So you roll the ball back and into your other foot.
Right.
So if you hit the nose of the ball, it just spins like a top. So
that's what I was doing. I was there watching going, dude. That's like I said, if I kicked it, it would have went sideways. It would have been a squib kick going around in circles.
That's just having too much time with a football. Like
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, it worked out. I mean, you become a professional kicker, so it worked out pretty good to have too much time with football. So how was St. Patty's Day for you? What was the highlight of the event for you there?
Dude. Well, there's a lady that shows up to our events every time, and it was Ted's event. It wasn't my event. I showed up to support Ted, but she shows up to the events that any of the Bengals hosts, and she always brings cookies.
Yeah, Chris, cookie lady. Yeah.
She is awesome.
Oh, she's great.
I wouldn't say that's like the highlight of the event, but like that made my day a lot better.
Dude, her cookies are good, man. I've had them.
Really good.
She always shows up. And so, did you actually get a Cincy tattoo, or did you abstain?
No, not yet.
Did you stick around and watch Ted get his?
Towards the end, I didn't like see it firsthand, but I left probably like 20 minutes before he did. But I asked him before I left. I was like, "Hey, are you getting a tattoo?" And he told me the whole story. I don't know if y'all heard the story about Joe calling him.
You gotta tell the story. Yeah, go ahead, tell it.
Yeah. This is from what I understand, and like I've heard from a couple guys just talking about how I guess Joe called him, or maybe went out to dinner with him. It was one of the two. Went out to dinner or called Ted while he was at dinner or something of that nature, and said he would donate, I guess, $25 grand.
Yeah,
Ted's,
20, it was 20 or 25. Either way, it was a good amount. Yeah.
Yeah, for if Ted got the tattoo, would donate it to the cause that Ted has.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty cool story. And so Ted ended up getting one on his thigh, his first ever and probably last tattoo. But I told him, I don't know, man. Like I think tattoos could suit him.
Yeah. Well, I got my seat. It's covered up now. I got mine here. So just to let you know, when you guys win the Lombardi, that's the beginning of my Lombardi tattoo. That's gonna be a top, and then the Lombardi trophy's going here, and the date and all that stuff. So I got it all. I got it all planned out, man.
That's perfect.
Exactly.
That's the way to do it.
Exactly. So,
but the highlight of the day probably was just I kind of went around table to table. I was supposed to monitor the field goal station.
Yep.
But I'd say the highlight is I'd go from table to table and sit with just random people I didn't know, just some of the fans that showed up, and just have like meaningful conversation, talk to those people, and
right.
I kind of just learn about the city, learn about people. So I had a lot of fun doing that.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, the thing is, like, sometimes that's what I always find interesting about you guys is you are professional athletes and everything. But, as a kid, everybody's like, oh, he's a professional athlete. Don't go up and bug him or whatever. But, I mean, most of the guys on the Bengals team that I've met are cool as hell. I mean, Zach Taylor even tried to sneak in. He did sneak in, but then everybody found him, and he sat there and he even gave autographs and pictures. But just how – I don't want to say normal, but, I mean, that's kind of, how normal you guys are. Just sit and chill and talk with fans. I think is awesome.
Yeah, I think that's just, part of the culture from what I understand and what the organization has done to just build a positive, culture and good group of guys. I think that's like the main thing. I feel the same way as you when I first, got here was, man, everybody's so just like cool, like down to earth. Like right. Everybody's really, really cool. Like
right.
They're able to talk to me, they don't, say, that's the punter. Like we don't talk to that guy, like that kind of thing. Right.
Right.
So,
right.
You can build meaningful relationships with everybody and everyone's super humble. It just speaks to the culture, that our organization has built.
That's awesome because Trey Henderson was there, and Trey, he has the psycho, we call him Psycho Trey or whatever, or Blackout Trey. I'll get it right. And so there's sometimes like I'll be at practice or when they have the training camp at the practice field, they let us down there. I'll get down there and Trey, you can always tell when he's on, dude. He like at least 2 times he's giving me a look of death. I'm like, hey, what's up, Trey? He's like, oh crap. So the funny thing is, when I went and got my hat signed, which is actually right behind me, there's the hat right there. I got him and Ted to sign. I was like, hey Trey, I said, how you doing? It's like, I'm the guy that comes out of practice a lot. And he goes, oh, I know who you are. I'm like, okay. Is that good or is that bad? No, he said, no, it's good. I'm like, all right, cool. Because there's a couple times I'm like, you look like you're ready to kill me because he's in game mode. But it's just funny is the Bengals. I guess I go down there so many on times that make people actually like. I don't know if they know my name or anything like that, but they know who I am. And you guys are always so cordial. I'm not. It's not. I'm not trying to bug anybody or anything like that. But you guys have always been so cordial. The coaches have been like that. So that just goes, like you said, goes to show how great this organization is. I mean, and that's. It's just the way things have changed since, the last couple of years of this organization. And it's just been fun to be a part of it. I'm glad you're here, and I was glad to get to hang out with you last Saturday. That was a blast. Yeah,
it was a lot of fun. I appreciated it too, hanging out with all y'all. Yeah, it was a good time.
Did you try to kick the field goal? Or did you?
I did before everyone got there.
Okay.
Just to show all the volunteers and the people working there. I was like, yeah, I can do it. Like, it'll be good.
Cause I know my buddy Kieran. I think he had 5 in a row, and then I think somebody beat him for 6. And that's the last one I heard. It was 6 was the most.
The guy who made 6 in a row won it.
Okay.
I stayed long enough to get him the gift certificate.
Okay.
Jeff Ruby's.
Yeah. I think didn't the goalpost fall down after that? The duct tape didn't hold up anymore.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that was a mess. We were trying to, before everybody got there, like the line was outside. We were hustling with duct tape, trying to figure it out.
Yep.
Just wrapping it around, and but yeah, it ended up working all right.
that was some redneck ingenuity right there. I'll say about that.
It was pretty good. I heard Ted built it, so
there you go. That's the problem right there.
My only thing was like, said you have 3 specialists who are on your team. Like you could
Right.
have just asked. You could have asked us. Like,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
How to engineer one of these things.
Yeah, like you probably put together a field goal post in your lifetime of practicing in the backyard or whatever.
Oh yeah. Building them for kids at camps and whatnot.
Yeah.
There's some strategy behind it.
Yeah.
Harder than it looks.
Oh yeah. Well, I can tell by the duct tape that they that they put together there that it didn't hold on. But it was a lot of fun there. But let's get into your career, like your college career and everything. And you told me something interesting. Can we talk about the Reds and everything? You asked me about opening day and stuff like that. And I asked you played baseball, and you said, yeah, you actually. Well, I'll let you tell the story. Where did you almost go to play baseball at?
Yeah. So that was part of my recruiting process. My senior year, I only played baseball and football, only punted and kicked and stuff. Ended up going to camps. The first school that offered me was Nevada, Reno, so the Wolfpack.
Yep.
And I was going to play baseball and football there. That was the plan. So I was pretty pumped about that. But after the season, I think they had kind of a down year. Their coaching staff got let go. And ended up going to a couple more camps, and schools would visit me at my high school and talk to me during study hall and whatnot. So, but yeah, Big Ten schools started offering, and I just at that point just decided, I'm going to one of these bigger schools. Michigan, like the school like Michigan, right, already has a really good baseball program, and they're recruiting a lot of their guys. So I figured, I'd just stick with the football.
There you go. What made you pick Michigan? Was when they offered it to you, it was like done deal, I'm going there, or did you have some other Big Ten school that might have tried to recruit you?
Yeah, they didn't offer me right away, just because of they've already offered a ton of scholarships, and I think they had 3 scholarships filled, or 3 remaining or whatever, and 3 dudes were waiting until signing day. And so 2 of them signed to Michigan and 1 of them signed somewhere else. So then the scholarship opened up on signing day. And Coach Harbaugh called my dad and told him I had a scholarship. And then I guess I was in school.
Right. My
dad told the rest of my family. And then I get a text from my sister that's like, hey, congrats on your scholarship to Michigan. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. They haven't offered me a scholarship. So that's how I found out that I had a scholarship.
Sounds like how you found out you're being drafted by the Bengals too.
Yeah, I'm the last guy. I'm the last guy to know, and I don't even know if anyone's telling the truth or not. So, I pretty much committed on the spot. I mean, I think that, and I called the rest of the schools and just told them, hey, I'm going to go to Michigan. I didn't visit yet. I was just like, hey, I want to go to Michigan. It's a great school. From what I could tell on the outside, it was a really good culture and a good program. So those were kind of the factors. It was really close to home, but most importantly, it was a really good school. It was going to be paid for. So that's kind of the deciding thing.
That's the key. It's free. Right. They're paying for it. Well, now you might have gotten it. If you're in college now, you might have gotten paid for it now with the NILs.
Right.
Who knows? Could have got you a mustache sponsor or something.
That's right. I was trying, as soon as NIL started, I was trying to knock on the doors of Dollar Shave Club.
Right. Exactly.
Come on, let's go. Let's get this rolling.
This glorious thing here. So how many kickers were in front of you when you got there as a freshman?
There was a guy who had just graduated, so he was out of there, and then there was a preferred walk-on who was a year or 2 above me. That was ahead of me. Me and him were competing right away.
So how long did it take you before you got the spot all to yourself? Was it your senior year, or did you have it before then?
No, so my freshman year, the 3rd or 4th game in, I ended up taking over and played that whole rest of the year. Then I got hurt in the weight room in the off season and was out for a year.
Oh, wow.
And then they were going to redshirt me the year after that because the guy who had taken the spot back was All-American the year I was out. And then so I was out all of 2018, and then it took me until 2019 Ohio State game. We ended up doing some rugby punting type stuff where I would roll out, and I was the better guy at that. So they used me against Ohio State and against Alabama in the bowl game. And then 2020 we competed, and I ended up winning the spot after the 2nd or 3rd game, and then I had it 21 and 22.
There you go. There you go. Now we do have some new rules. I know with the kickoff, they're asking here, and Natty says the new rules now makes the kick very important. Do they have new rules? Does that affect? There's so many different new rules. I don't remember. Do they affect the punting too as well, or?
No, it's just the kickoff rule.
Okay.
And my idea for the kickoff rule
What do you got?
was, so if it's windy, right? So the punter should go out there to hold. So it's 12 on 11.
Yeah.
And
there you go.
Because me and Evan are about, so it'd be 11 on 11. Me and Evan are about a half a guy trying to make tackles on guys running like 4 threes back there. Right. So I figured like that would be a pretty good idea. And then Evan tweeted out, or not Evan, but the Bengals tweeted out a quote Evan said where if you make it through the uprights, you get 4 points.
I like that idea. Yeah.
But if you miss it, they get the ball at like the 40 or something.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
That makes sense. I mean, I've seen Evan kick it through the goalpost on kickoff. So
for sure, I think you should be able to call bank. Like I think you should be able to you have
extra point for banking it in. Yeah.
No, you have to tell the official. It doesn't even have to go in. You just have to tell the official on the kickoff you're hitting the crossbar, and if you hit the crossbar, like you get 4 points or something like that. That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that idea.
That way, people could bet on it. You know what I mean? Like,
there you go. Betting on everything now. Hey, I'm down for that.
Because there's no more onside kick. So, no. I mean, there is. But, you have to tell them.
Yeah. What's the point of that? I mean, I think they're gonna let them do unbalanced line. So I guess you have a chance, but I mean, I don't know. That's like squib kick. How hard is that to figure out how to get it to? Because you want it to roll it. Well, it used to be you wanted to go out there and then bounce up. You know, the old kickoff rules. Like now, I see guys where they put it on the football on the side and just spin it.
Yeah, you can spin it. Yeah.
Like it's. How do you guys come up with different things? Like how long?
Like I said, too much time.
Yeah, exactly.
You just have a lot of time figuring stuff out and goofing around, and sometimes it's like by accident. Like I figured out like a lot of stuff with punting, like a lot of weird kind of tricks you can do to keep the ball away from the returner. From teaching like middle school and high school kids, because they do a lot of weird stuff on accident by trying to like hit like an actual spiral.
Right.
They'll do some weird stuff, and my thought process is, what if I could do that on purpose? What they just did that was weird. So, and then you just experiment and you try it. That's where like ideas come from.
Yeah.
So, but no, imagine you're down 3, so you just score a touchdown or whatever, kick the extra point. You're down 3. And then on the new kickoff rules, you call upright with like 1 or 2 seconds left in the game, and you hit one of the uprights, you win.
Hell yeah!
Right, it's like a 70-yard kick or a 25-yard kick.
I mean that's a hit a game-winning 3-pointer in the NBA to win.
Yeah.
I'm down for it. Hey, why don't did you tell Darren Simmons this? I mean, he's on the competition committee for all this stuff. You should have told him. Like Darren, look, this is what we got to do. I got a plan.
Yeah, I like throwing a lot of ideas at him like that, and just seeing how he reacts and what he likes to say.
So how is I had Darren on my show here too. How is Darren? He's pretty I don't want to say a hard ass, but he wants you to do it a certain way, like his way. It seems like. How is Darren as a coach? I mean, I think he's a good guy, but how'd you play for him?
I think he's a really good coach. That was really one of my first impressions going there was. Obviously you don't know him too personally until you get to, be in the on the team, right?
Right.
And get to see him every day and get to develop that relationship. So that was my first impression was, damn, I'm going to be really good under this guy. He is on top of everything.
Details.
Yeah, I thought I was attention to detail oriented. Then I met him. And was like, all right, so there's a next level to this thing. So
you were telling me something about the holding of how he was trying to teach you how to do that, right?
Yeah, just like essentially changing the style in which I hold to make it more efficient. That's kind of all there is to it. It's just the way I catch the ball and the way I hold it is a little bit different than how it was in college. The whole operation's a little bit different, but it's more efficient. Easier for the kicker to see the ball, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, that's stuff I never would have thought of when it comes to. I think you just put it down, laces out, and hope he doesn't kick your finger.
You want it off the ground as quick as possible. So
Yeah.
I mean, see it as long as possible.
Right.
So he has a better chance of making it. Is essentially the goal.
Exactly. Got a couple questions here from the chat here. Let's see. Brad, Mr. Robbins, how much difference is it to kick in warm weather and cold weather?
Um, I'd say there's there's not an exact science to it, but yeah, it is way more difficult in consistent cold weather to kick, I guess, further. The ball just doesn't carry as far. It's essentially like, would you rather hit a baseball in cold weather or warm weather? Would you rather hit a golf ball in cold weather or warm weather? It's the same effect.
Right.
It is more difficult. So that's why I think, the AFC North is the most difficult, place to kick in.
Yes.
Every game is outside. All your divisional opponents are outside. And typically, you play them later in the year as well. It's going to be an outside game. It's going to be cold. So it's, it's difficult, but there's a way through it. There's always ways to capitalize on each situation. And I think guys who do well in the AFC North are truly the best punters in the world. It's tough. And that's no knock on anybody else. I think, obviously there's 32 jobs.
Right.
All 32 guys are the best punters in the world. So,
absolutely.
But I just think the level of difficulty consistent, especially late in the year, kicking in cold, freezing, wind, snow, rain, sleet, hail. I think that there's a whole other dimension to it that just makes it that more impressive.
Yeah, I remember Jim Breach always talking about this in the Freezer Bowl here. And I know he's a field goal kicker, but he always that Freezer Bowl, which is one of the coldest, actually I think still the coldest game in NFL history. He said kicking that football is like kicking a brick. Have you ever played a game like that where it almost hurts your foot to kick the ball?
Yeah, I would say punting, I don't feel it anymore, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're calloused up.
Yeah, you're pretty calloused up, and the heated benches and stuff keep you warm long enough to where when you go out on the field, you feel pretty warm,
Right.
And feel pretty solid. And the only thing that's cold is just the ball,
right,
and it doesn't fly as far.
Right.
But yeah, I've definitely had games like that where I go out to warm up, especially at first, and you warm up.
You're like,
and
oh shit.
The first 10 punts, you're just like, oh man, this is tough.
This is gonna be a long day.
Yeah. That was especially in college. In college, It was definitely that way, where you're playing late November and it's snowing, or you're training for the bowl game, and Coach Harbaugh would call it what did he call it? It was basically offense inside, defense outside, and then halfway through practice or every other period they would switch, know. But the only room for specialists to kick would be outside. So
you're outside the whole time.
So we're just outside.
We get screwed
days
again.
Like that. Yeah, days like that where you don't have heated benches at practice in college, definitely I see it for sure.
You're like, I have icicles coming off my mustache. Can I go inside and warm up for a little bit? Jeez. All right, let's see here. Greg had a question here. What's harder, getting hang time or length, or what's better?
Yeah, it's all optimization. So the optimal punt is, I think, exactly 35 degrees off of your foot. If you were to take a protractor or whatever. And really it depends on the situation. It depends on the scheme. I think a lot of people get caught up on, you need distance all the time. And it doesn't matter. Just hit the ball 65 yards, down the middle of the field and we're all happy, and that's not necessarily the case.
Right.
Especially when you're facing tough returners, and everybody in the NFL, like I said, there's 32 of the best returners in the world. So figuring out, what you can get away with in different situations. I think an area I can improve in is the open field punts. So, maybe we don't have a great offensive drive and we're a little backed up, is getting it further down the field with accuracy to the sideline.
Right.
For me, that would be more important in that situation. However, say the ball is, not on our 50, but on our 45, and I want to pin a ball inside the 10, I would much rather have massive amount of hang time inside the 10-yard line, inside the 12, than being out of control and just blasting a ball straight down the middle
Mm-hmm.
and allowing the guy to catch it and return it, or just blasting it into the end zone.
Right.
So it's all based on situation. But yeah.
Yeah, that all comes. I always say, but this always goes in the thought process of your head while you're kicking. Oh, all right, I got to do this, and how to kick the ball to do that. Like I said, I can kick a. I can kick a ball, but I can't angle it or anything like you can.
Right.
So be able to it's all the more I've gotten into this podcast and talking to different people about the intricacies of just different things, the details to kicking a football, to one, make it go spiral, which I can't do, and then to angle it and get it down and get it up, and deep. It's just there's so many different things. Like you're just talking about the way you hold the ball so you have it down there long enough for Evan to see it, and it's just it's amazing the details that come with just, you think all I'm doing is kicking a football. Well, there's more to it than just that.
Yeah, I mean, you have about like a dime size sweet spot on a ball to get it to spiral. So a lot of the misses you see, unless it's like 10 yards out of bounds, like a lot of the misses you see are super close.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if you can hear this lawnmower outside.
Oh, no, you're good. Oh, dude, don't worry about it. My dog will start barking or something around here, so it's fine.
So, yeah, the guy decided to mow the lawn right outside my bedroom window.
he's like, Brad's on Ice's show. All right, crank it up. Let's do the lawn now.
Yeah. So, no. So, especially in conditions and stuff, like a lot of the misses aren't that bad.
Right.
Like by that bad, I mean like you're not missing by this much.
Right.
Like, you're missing by like this much.
Yeah,
so,
that's details, man. That's.
Yeah,
that would be enough just to drive you freaking insane. Like, damn it, I missed it by that much and it went all the way over there. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, and being the best punter in the world isn't like you can hit the ball the farthest and the highest. Everybody who's at this level has that ability. It's just making your miss hits instead of, like the reaction of like, people saying, oh, like boo, like booing this guy. You just want like your miss hits to have people just like, all right, that one. That's the area you want to live in with your miss hits for punting. Is like it's we can live with that. That's
cool. You know what the miss hits going? What the hell is he doing? God, can't he just kick the ball where it's supposed to go? Jeez, I can do it better than that. I'm sitting on my couch. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. And it's funny, and like I said, the funny thing is you're missing the ball by that freaking much, and it's not like, I don't know.
Well, there's so much gray area. Like there's so much gray area in punting. Like field goal kicking, it's good or it's no good. Like there's no in between. And like a kicker can hit a crappy ball and it doesn't look great and it goes in and everyone's like, yeah, points, like let's go, And then like it's different. There's so much gray area in punting, which it's cool. It's the same thing as golf. Like you hit. That's
a perfect.
You want to miss less.
Yes.
So like if a golfer misses by like 6 feet, he's fine. But if he misses by like 15 feet, he's kicking himself. But like I said, like he wants the same reaction. He wants his miss hits to be, have the same reaction of people just going, yeah, it's pretty good.
That's not bad. Yeah. All right, he did all right. Not shit, he fucked up again. Damn
it. Right.
Let's see here. All right, Austin here's got one for you. He said, Brad, how do you figure out like which direction to kick towards the goal line? Probably a dumb question, but always made me curious. I mean, I think it means which side.
So just talking about like which direction we're going.
Yeah, I think he means well, obviously you kick it to the direction that you have to. I think he means more toward left or right, I guess is what he.
Yeah. So that's all kind of based on pregame, and it's also situational. Because I have different kind of punts that I do better going right.
Yeah.
Than I do going left. And who knows? Like our stadiums usually like swirling wind. Like it's kind of, you got to figure out what direction you kind of want to go pregame. So yeah, I know that's all in pregame. Like you hit a few balls each way. You kind of feel what the wind's doing, and Darren's my caddy during pregame, so we talk about what I'm feeling and kind of where I feel comfortable. Because at some points in the stadium, the wind switches directions left to right. So, I'll say like, hey, once we get to this point, like I would much rather go left than go right. So it's kind of decided pregame, but a lot of that is in-game adjustment too, because obviously conditions change. Right. Yeah, everything changes. So, it's a lot different on the sideline it's a lot different in the stands than it is like on the field when you're in that open area.
Right.
So, yeah, it's all based on pregame feel, situational stuff as far as what kind of scheme they're in, maybe, or there's a variety of different things. But I'd say it's mostly on feel.
All right, now I got a dumb question for you. We're talking about kicking and putting the spiral on the ball. Can you do it the opposite direction too, or do you ever do that? Is the spiral always the same direction, or do you ever kick it so it rotates the opposite?
So yeah, I can do that. There are like,
I mean, is there a point to doing it? I guess too.
Yeah, I mean, AJ Cole did it too. I don't think any of us have ever done it in a game.
Okay.
I figured out I could do it. So you basically just turn the ball the opposite way, and that's why like Bill Belichick, he loves lefties because lefties naturally like their ball spins the other way.
Right.
So like the benefit would be if a lefty's kicking it, like it's going to go this way.
Uh-huh.
If a righty's kicking it, it's going to go this way. And then like the misses for a righty go this way. The misses for a lefty. Sorry, the misses for a righty go this way. The misses for a lefty go this way.
Right.
So the benefit of like, I guess doing it in a game with like, so I'm right-footed. I still hit the ball with my right foot, but it spins lefty is just to confuse the returner. Mm-hmm. They've been practicing all week and seeing the righty spin, but I don't think any of us have done that in a game, including AJ.
That would be kind of interesting to do, just to screw with somebody. Like, what the hell?
Well, if you have wind, help it. Like, it's a very rare situation. For me, like, if I have wind at my back going right to left, I can hit one of those balls a lot easier because the wind will force it to turn over and go left.
Right.
So it's a very rare situation. And then you also have to be at the exact spot on the field you want to be at, where if you miss hit it, it ain't that bad and you'll be okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, the situation hasn't come up. Is it something I've worked on? Yeah.
Too much time with the football again.
yeah. It's like pretty useful. Yeah. So I mean, it's just dependent on the situation.
So were you always a punter, or did you do field goals at Michigan as well, or you just punted at Michigan?
In game, I just punted, but I always kicked field goals here and there. In the spring of I think 21, I hit from 59.
Ooh, there you go.
With Jake Moody as a witness. So
did you have you told Evan that? Did you tell Evan that? You're like, well, I have hit from 51.
Yeah, he doesn't believe me. Yeah, it's okay.
All right. First time I'm on the bridge and I'm up there heckling you guys, I want a kickoff. I want to see who can kick it farther. You or Evan. let's put it down. Let's see what happens there.
Well, who's gonna hold? That's the problem. Like, are we just gonna use the holder, or are we gonna?
Yeah, you just have to use just the holder. Yeah, you just have to use the holder. The little arm thing out there.
The sticks. Yeah.
Or get Darren to do it. Darren could hold. There you go.
I don't. He might Charlie Brown one of us, depending on how the day's going.
He might do that too.
Depending on how the day's going, he might do the Charlie Brown.
Exactly. Like I said, I'm doing this live broadcast down at Moreline House, and you said you're telling me off the air that your dad's coming to town for that. So it'd be the first time you ever got to go to the Reds opening day and seeing our holiday. A lot of people take days off work, which I am because I'm going to do the broadcast, but I want to watch the game. How excited, or what have you heard about Reds opening day from an outsider?
Oh man, I haven't done any research on it. I've just kind of been relying on what people are saying.
Yeah.
And I went to my coffee shop this morning where I go in and I was like, yeah, I'm going to opening day. And, everybody's eyes got wide. Like, I'm friends with all the baristas. I go there every day, talk to them, hang out.
Right.
And they're all like, oh, man, it's going to be so fun. Like, I took work off. Like, I took work off to go to opening day. Like,
exactly.
And I was like, what? Why? Like, I was like, it's just a baseball game. And they're like, no.
No, it's not.
They're like, no. They're like, no, it starts at 12 and there's a parade. And they're like, there's a bunch of good food. There's anything you could imagine. Like, my friends in the parade. Like, I'm going to take work off, So, no, that's all I've heard is just a lot of fun. So I figured, I'd ask my dad if he wanted to come down and go watch a baseball game, catch a ball game, and explore the city a little bit while that stuff's going on.
Absolutely. Well, for sure. Make sure you stop on down. Like I said, I told you. I think I said this off the air. We're going to be doing a live broadcast down at Moreline House. And you figured out what you've been to the Moreline House. You just didn't know that was the name of it. But anyway, make sure you stop by there and because I would love to get your input of what your first experience of this is like. I'm used to this. I mean, I was a kid. I'd take off school. Me and my dad would go to the opening day parade and go to the game. So, I mean, it's still awesome. I enjoy every second of it. But from someone who's never experienced it before, I would love for you to come up and just talk about what it's been like with you and your dad experiencing this. Because like I said, dude, there's nobody that does what we do. I mean, we got the parade. Now we got the banks down there. There got bands down there. I mean, there's so many different broadcasts going on down there. I mean, it's a nonstop party. I mean, people are going to be down there like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning getting ready to go. Getting lathered up and ready to go. Like, this is tailgating 101 for baseball.
Yeah. This is pretty sweet. I'm pretty excited to witness this.
Exactly. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's see here. What is that? Number 8. I was trying to look at some of the. Rebecca said she's going, so lots of people are taking days off to go. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. When do you like? What's a typical off day for you right now? Are you going down to Paul Brown or I said Paul Brown Paycor and kicking down there, or do you have a place around where you stay at that you practice kicking, or what's your off season regiment like? I guess.
Yeah, no, I work out every day. Some days I work out at like my apartment complex. Like our off day today is Wednesday. I lift Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, kick Wednesday, usually Saturday, Sunday. So like the days I have off. Like today was my off day, right? Today's Wednesday. So I lifted at the apartment complex, did a little bit of cardio, did some buys and tries, because the rest of the week I'm doing legs, I'm doing upper, I'm getting everything else right. So today is kind of a lighter day, more of a recovery day. But yeah, so I'm lifting in the morning, kicking in the afternoon, doing a lot of drill work, just kind of grinding my way through it, trying to, just like I said, experiment, figure some stuff out. Now's the time to experiment with stuff, figure out what I can improve on. So like I told you, where the area I want to improve on is in open field punting, getting more distance with more accuracy to the sideline. Mm-hmm. So working on that is big for me this offseason. I went to Indianapolis this past weekend, worked with some kids, high school, middle school, get some more ideas just from them, and also just help them in general. I feel like it's a good thing. The first ever camp I went to, I learned from a professional punter. He was competing with the Steelers job, actually. Mm-hmm. So I figured that's kind of the best way for me to get
Brad,
back.
you just cussed on my broadcast.
That's on me.
We call it squealish. We don't actually say the real name.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's on me. But it's like the whole Michigan theme. It's like for us it'd be like the team East.
Yeah,
I guess, instead of the
we refer to it as the team up north. I mean, full disclosure, I'm a University of Cincinnati fan, so I'm a Bearcat. I do Ohio State is my second favorite college team, which everybody tells me, well, you can't do that. I'm like, well, I do, because like when I was a kid, you see football sucked. Ohio State was good, and they were on TV all the time, so I kind of got hooked into UC football or Ohio State football that way. But I still refer to Bearcats over them. But we always refer to you as the team up north. So we didn't like you back then, but now you got stripes on. We like you now, Brad.
That's good. But no, that's kind of how I've been grinding through it. Like I said, I took a week off. Lift during the weekdays. The weekends are for punting, kicking. So now just trying to figure out, what. So
do you go down?
What else is going on?
Do you go down to the stadium every week to work out and kick down there? Is that a ritual or do you do your own thing?
They're redoing the turf now. They took all the turf out yesterday and today, so now I don't have the stadium. But
so will that affect you? And I mean, would that be different turf? I mean, because
it doesn't matter.
All right, what is a different turf? It's because it's not grass they're putting in. What are they putting in? I'm still kind of confused of what they're actually putting in.
Yeah, I know about as much as you know about it. All I know is it's a different playing surface than what our turf was. It's just a different kind of turf, I guess. And I don't think it has more effect on kicking than it does punting. Yeah. I mean, the ball never touches the ground in punting. It's just more like your feet on the ground. Right. So
Yeah, getting your grips there.
Yeah.
Poor Chop here. He said I am not an Ohio State fan, so you're golden.
I
to me
appreciate
here.
that. Yeah, I appreciate
Well,
that.
but also Chop's not a Michigan fan. He's an LSU fan, so you know.
That's fine.
The only reason he's an LSU fan because Burrow went there. I mean, I think anyway. I have to ask Chop because I don't think he was an LSU fan before that. But anyway, maybe he'll comment and tell me I've been an LSU fan his entire life. Like, I don't know. Anyway, Brad, I appreciate you, man. You've been on for 44 minutes. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Stop by. Like I said, I really want to hear what you think about Reds opening day. You know, former baseball player. You played what, outfield? I think you said. Is that what you said?
Oh, I played everywhere, man. I was utility. Yeah, I was utility.
So
I played up the middle. I was like center field, shortstop, second, pitcher. I just didn't catch.
Oh, you could pitch too? You had an
yeah.
arm?
Oh yeah.
See, that's why you're working the biceps there. You get the gut.
That's what I'm saying, you know?
All right. So I got so with all the injuries the Reds are having, we can have you in the back pocket. You know, he can bring you out. You know, you may play a little second base, come out of the bullpen. You know, if we need some help during the season, they should just call you, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you need a reliever that throws, low to mid 80s, with a decent breaking ball and a good splitter,
call you up, man.
Yeah, I'm a good guy.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome, man. Anyway, again, thanks for joining. You got anything you want to plug? You got any camps or anything going on that you want to plug or anything like that?
Ooh, you asked me too fast. No camps yet. As far as plugging, I'm not a big plugger.
Plugs are bad.
I'm just ready for this season.
Hell yeah, dude! I'm excited.
Can't wait for OTAs. Can't wait for it all to happen again. And this year we'll have a more successful year.
Hell yeah. Joe Burrow is throwing. That's a good thing. I think that's ahead of schedule, so that's a good thing. And you're gonna come out. You're gonna punt the hell out of the ball, and I will be up on the bridge, not heckling you, just watching you and rooting you on. I'm always up there. You're like, oh dear God, there's ice up there again. Jeez, Anyway, Brad, I appreciate it, man. I'll see you tomorrow. And hey, anytime you want to come back on again, just let me know, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Sometimes I move my mouse around. It doesn't want to work. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. Brad is awesome. I hope you guys, if you guys are coming down to Reds opening day, stop by the Moorline House. I'm pretty sure he said he'll stop by. He should stop by and check it out. But we're doing a live broadcast tomorrow, starting at 1 p.m. We are going to get down there about 9 a.m. Going to do some interviews and stuff. We got some ZTV swag we're going to be giving away. Some pretty cool stuff in there. You got a chance to win some stuff during the broadcast. So please make sure you show up. I want to fill that patio up. Let's have the most fun. I know they got John friends there. They got 700 WOW and all those guys down there. But let's go fill this patio up and let's have the most fun out of any broadcast on Reds opening day. Let's go there. Let's show up. Let's show out for our Cincinnati Reds. And let's have a great time there tomorrow. I cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun. And remember, so the broadcast at 1 o'clock. There will be no show at 5:30. But it's going to be a 2-hour show from 1 to 3. So, like I said, show up and let's have some fun. My thanks to Brad Robbins. He is awesome. My thanks to my sponsors of the show. Go check them out. Meyer Door and Window for all your window doors and needs. Midwest Best Barbecue. Like I said, if you're hungry, you're not going to the Reds game, get you some Midwest Best. West Side Peeps, if you're not going to the game, go check out Hail Marys. Your ticket to the game. They're going to have bucket specials. Is it bucket specials? Yeah, bucket specials and shot specials tomorrow during the game. So make sure you go check out Hail Marys. It's in Chippewa. I appreciate you guys as much as anything because, like I said, if it wasn't for you guys watching this show, supporting the show, sharing it out, all the stuff, none of this would happen for me. So I appreciate you guys. So make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share it out. I've been live streaming on ZTV, YouTube, Facebook, X, Rumble. And if you're listening to it on podcast, what's up? Check it out. It's on BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. And then you follow me on, like I said, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever you call it, TikTok, Threads, all that cool stuff. I cannot wait till tomorrow. It's going to be so much freaking fun. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, I want to hear, if I come up and ask you questions, I want to hear your predictions. What's the Reds record going to be? How many stolen bases is Ellie De La Cruz going to have, who just signed with Jordan, wearing Jordan gear? Love it. All those things. I want your insight of what this season is going to be like. And, hey, everybody was upset that we signed another infielder, but with injuries, it's looking like it's working out pretty good for the Reds. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Throw it up. That's your sports, baby. See ya!